So what's up, guys? It's back. It's back. I'm back on all things Voo. Who knew? Voo knew. If you want to see how I got this nice, sultry, spicy look, stay tuned.
Hey loves, so you see my eyebrows are already done. If you want to see how I achieve these brows, I do have a tutorial out that shows you step by step, so feel free to check it out. But I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape concealer, as I showed you guys. And of course, you just see me tapping that into my skin. Definitely use like a tapping repetitive motion to pat my concealer down. And that's what I'm going in. It's just my eyeshadow base before I start working with some colors. And y'all already know I'm jamming. I'm jamming. Having my own party. But if you are new here, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for checking me out. Hey Pooh. And if you are returning, thank you for your support already. It's greatly appreciated. Here you see me going in with this brown shade from my Juvia's Place Nubian palette. And I'm pretty big on this color. Like for most of my looks, I use this brown shade to go back in and put the color back into my lids before I start really, moving on. There's also another brown shade that I love, love, love from the Crayon Case palette that I use a lot as well. Then there is a brown shade in the Daijour Beauty self-care journal that I use a lot as well. So when you find you a good brown, honey, you gotta use it. So yeah, I'm just going on with that brown shade, putting the color back into my lids, and of course you see me using patting motion to put the eyeshadow in the position that I would like it, and then I go back in and blend out the edges to make sure we ain't looking rough and ragged out here, okay? And of course, you know what we do to one side, we do to the other. So you see me doing that. And after I get the brown shade from Juvia's Place positioned perfectly, I'm going to go in with the Daijour Beauty Self-Care Journal in the shade Booked and Busy. And that's what we're going to use as my transition color. And you see me doing that now. And then I had to show it to you. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. And so you see me putting Booked and Busy in my crease. And remember, I do have these little hooded eyes, so I have to level up on my crease, okay? I got to do it a little bit higher than my actual crease, or you will not see it. I got that definitely from my mom. She has hooded eyes like me, or I have hooded eyes like her. And so you see, as previously mentioned in all of my other tutorials, I like to place the eye color. Here we go. I like to place the eyeshadow and then blend out the edges. That way we don't lose color especially for the type of look I'm going for. And excuse me, you guys, for the bloopers. Sister girl is tired, okay? So, but I want to be consistent, and I want to make sure that I continue to get these videos out because I really enjoy it. So I hope you enjoy it too. Anywho, you see me doing the same thing to the other side, because what we do to one side, we do to the other. So I'm placing that Booked and Busy in my crease, and then I'm blending it out like so on the edges. That way it doesn't look harsh. Remember, no jagged edges, no jagged edges. And after I get the Booked and Busy place where I like it, I go back in with that brown from Juvia's place to make sure that it's properly blended and you can see a smooth transition. We make sure our transition shade is popping and the edges are blended. We're going to cut our crease. This is going to be a very, very simple cut crease look. Definitely beginner friendly. I don't consider myself the best cut crease person around, okay? But we working on it. And the only way to get better is to be consistent. So I'm going to try it. That's the Virgo in me. Until it's perfect. And I'm just going in with my P. Louise eyeshadow base. I think it's shade number 2, but I will make sure I leave it below because I'm not sure offhand. And we gotta get up close and personal in the mirror, honey, because we want to make sure that it's precise and that our line is not a zigzag. You know what I mean? So make sure you take your time with this part. Don't rush it. Whatever you do, slow and steady. It's not a race, it's a marathon. Okay? Also, the brush that I'm using is one of my favorite brushes to use for a cut crease because it's so precise and it's easy to use. It's from Morphe. I will leave the name below because I know you guys, I know, but I don't know it offhand. And it's one of those concealer brushes that has a round end but is flat. So I definitely recommend using something flat to cut your crease, something that has a precise edge, so that way it's easier for you, you know? And you're going to see me going back and forth just a tad because I want to make sure that the creases are cut to the same height and they look the same because, again, I have hooded eyes, so I have to cut my creases a little higher than my actual eye crease. So there's no guideline in that instance, you know? So after I finish cutting my crease, I'm going in with the Daijour Beauty Self-Care Journal. And the green shimmer shade from the palette is called Me Time. You see me packing that into the inner corner. You already know what you do with one side, you do to the other. So I'm going in doing the same thing on the other side. And yeah, guys, so like my birthday is coming up on the 19th. And I'm so excited the closer it gets. I mean, who isn't happy to see another year, another solar return? Definitely blessed to see it. In case you don't know, your girl is a Virgo. The hardest working people in showbiz. Facts. No need to fact check that, honey. It's actual and factual. No, but for my birthday, I wanted to be like on the island. I was really getting island vibes, but you know, the numbers of COVID is steady rising. And yeah, I'm just gonna wait till another time to do that. I've decided instead to go to Atlanta, and I'm super excited about that. I love the A, so definitely looking forward to finding some things to get into there. And even thinking about doing my first vlog during that time, so I'll keep you posted on that though. We're gonna see. And you just see me going back and forth between the colors. The second shade that I use is actually what I'm thinking about getting. A spade. Who don't love that? And spade is the second shade that I used for the cut crease. The third shade that we used was Booked and Busy again. We just used that for the outer part of the cut crease. And then you see me going in between the colors, of course, to make sure that it's evenly blended and to make sure that there's no harsh edges. So you see me going back and forth between Me Time and also Spa Day to make sure that it doesn't look harsh and you can just see a gradient effect from one color to another. And Booked and Busy is what I use to smoke out the corner. You see me going back and forth quite a bit with the colors because I just want to make sure that I'm getting the same payoff on each side and that we are blended properly. But when I tell you this eyeshadow is so pigmented, oh my goodness. As soon as I applied it to the P. Louise base, it just literally sucked the color. And then you see me going in with some gold glitter. That's what I showed you guys. I'm just going to outline my cut crease in the gold glitter to make it a little more sultry. And yeah, that's what you see me doing. So after we get our thin gold glitter line, we almost done with these eyes. And then you see me going in with my liquid eyeliner from NYX in the color black, of course. Just to put a thin line over my lid, not anything too crazy. I didn't want to do anything dramatic with the wing. I wanted to keep it nice and simple since we have more of a sultry color scheme going on. It's really giving fall, isn't it? And we're knocking on the door, so yes, right on time. So next, it's time to complete this look and put on our foundation. But first, we are going to prime our face with my Blemish Control Primer from e.l.f. And we're just going to apply that all over. And then we're going to pat it into our skin. Oh, I guess my hand's too loose. After that, we're going to apply our foundation, and you see me going in with 2 foundations, one from MAC and the other from Becca. I'll be sure to leave the shades below. And first we're going to apply the foundation all over, and then we will blend it in using patting motions, patting it into our skin for an airbrush finish. And so once I get the foundation spread over my skin, I go in with a foundation brush from Real Techniques to pat it into my skin, because we want to look real polished. And make sure you guys give me feedback about my videos as far as what you want to see going forward. If you have any type of colors you want to see me play around with, if you want to see me do more bright looks, drop it below and let me know, please. We friends, remember? Yes, we're about to do one of my favorite parts, which we already know is the contour and highlight. And we're going in with Juvia's Place Concealer in the shade number 9 for our highlight. We're highlighting under our eyes, our nose, our forehead, our cupid's bow, and of course our chin. And I'm using my black Opal foundation stick for contour. I'll be sure to leave the shade for that one below. And the brush that you see me going in with to tap my concealer into my skin is actually from Real Techniques. I love this concealer brush. Yeah, it gets in the small nooks and crevices, so it's definitely one of my faves. So we just blend, and you just see me tapping that concealer into my skin. Normally I like to let my concealer get a little tacky before blending it out. I feel like it just really gives this gradient airbrush look to an individual. But it was late when I did this video, so we ain't had time for all that, okay? And so after I get it evenly blended with the brush, I go back in with my beauty blender, alternate in between, just to make sure we have no harsh edges and just to make sure that we're not blotchy. So yeah, girl, blend, blend, blend. And I feel like the foundation, I'm sorry, not the foundation, the concealer takes a little more to blend, a little more effort to blend. when you don't let it get tacky, because of course then it's looser, so it goes on a vast spread of your face versus just being packed in an area, if that makes sense. And here you see me going in with this miniature foundation brush from Eco Tools to blend out my contour. And you always want to blend your contour on your smile line, on your cheeks, basically in an upward motion. And you always want to blend the foundation on your, the contour. Why do I keep saying the foundation? You want to blend the contour in a downward motion as well. I hope that didn't confuse you. Sorry, please. And here you just see me lastly blending my nose. I always typically do the nose last because I feel like it's more precise. And then we're gonna set it with a little bit of setting spray. And we're gonna pat that into our skin. I feel like that definitely helps it to get in there and stay all day. And after we set, we're gonna bake a little bit. We're gonna make sure we set our face with some setting powder. I'm not much of a baker. Sometimes I'll let it sit for a tad, depending on the look that I'm going for. But for the most part, I put it on and then I tap it into my skin. The most that I'll let it sit is under my eyes while I'm putting it everywhere else, you know? And then I'll go back and blend it in that order. Or maybe not in that exact order, but you get my drift. So it sits a little bit. Because we don't want to be creasy, so we definitely want to make sure we set our face with some setting powder. And the setting powder that I'm using is one of my favorites. If you don't know, when I showed it to you, this is the Beauty Bakery baking flour. And I just love the whole gist of the concept. And not only is the product pretty bomb, like the formula is amazing. I'm here for it. And now we're going in with this brush from Real Techniques, which is also the brush that I use to put on my foundation. And we're wiping away the excess setting powder. Then you see me going in with my powder foundation from MAC. Just to make sure that everything is nicely blended. Since I already set my face, and I'm also going to go in with my Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette to powder contour. And I'm going to use the same brush from Eco Tools that I use to do my cream contour. After I blend out my contour, I go in with my black gel liner from LA Girl and put that in my waterline. I also go in with a little color on the bottom lid from the same Self-Care Journal palette from Daijour Beauty. I use the green Me Time, and I also use the dark brown / mahogany shade and Booked and Busy, just for a little flair. And in the inner corner, I use the gold shade from the Self-Care Journal palette. And that gold shade is the color Level Up. Okay. It's highlight time. Last but not least, who does not love highlight? I'm using my Juvia's Place Loose highlighter. And I'm applying it with my fan brush from Real Techniques. We're activating our goddess. Yes. And we're basically going to highlight our cupid's bow, our nose, and our cheeks. Essentially the same places that you highlight. And I'm just going to go in and finish up with one of my favorite new lip combos. And that is my brown chestnut liner from MAC, Miammi lip gloss from Daijour Beauty, and Tender Kisses, which is a matte lippie from Daijour Beauty. And top it with some big drip.
Hey guys, so I did put on my blush from the crayon case blush binder, but my memory is running low on my camera, well, on my phone. So you didn't get that part, but we're gonna finish this up. I'm glad my stuff for my camera comes in tomorrow, so this will be my second and last video recorded on my phone here, so hopefully we won't have to worry about missing any of the good stuff going forward. So okay guys, so let me go take down my hair and we'll be back. And just like that, your girl is back. I hope you like the finished look. Me, myself, and I am loving it. I am really feeling this look. Tell me what you guys think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And always, come back and play with me. Come back and chill with me, okay? If there's anything that you want to see me do, hey, let me know. And if you have any questions about this look, drop it down below, okay? Peace and love, boo out.